So, Tawao Kakiao, welcome everybody to Notsenkiam class, our fifth class. We're halfway through, and hopefully you feel like you've learned a little bit so far, and hopefully you're motivated to keep on learning Michif, and certainly excited to keep teaching and to continue on through our next 5 classes. Tonight we've got an exciting class about clothes and body parts. Which is going to be interesting. Nice to see some familiar faces, some people that have been here before. I think I see some new names as well. See a couple of Mo Nasasida Michif, some of my Michif friends here. Nice to see you, Samson. And yeah, I think we'll just get started with a little bit of review tonight. So I hope everybody had a good long weekend. I won't necessarily wish you or wish that you had a happy Canada Day, because of course for us as Indigenous peoples, Canada Day is fraught with a whole lot of questions about what we've experienced in terms of Canada as a country and some of the things that it's done to our people as Indigenous people. But I hope you had a relaxing long weekend anyway. If we take Canada out of the equation, I hope you enjoyed some fireworks and some good eating and had some time to relax and enjoy family. So, Tawal Kakia, welcome everybody. So as I said, I think we'll start with a little bit of review tonight. One of my main goals for this class is that you leave here at the very least being able to introduce yourself in Michif. And so I always like to make sure we stick that in as a review. And so I'm going to share my screen and we'll take a look at tonight's lesson here. And as always, I'll keep the chat open. I'm not like super good at checking it every couple seconds, but I do make sure I check it a few times a lesson. If you have questions along the way, or if you have comments, or if you just want to tell me how good looking I am, I accept those too. Okay, so we're looking at our review. So you know all of this. We've done all of this before. What I've stuck in this week is the question. So we've practiced the answers before, but it's important to know the question in terms of what if somebody asks you some of these questions. So I think we'll take them one by one. So I'll get you to repeat after me, and then I'm going to ask some random people to give me some answers. So how you ask somebody, how are you? It's also how you say hello. You say, Tanche kia. Tanchekia. There's multiple ways that you can answer that, but the most common way that most people will answer that question is to say namanandao. Namanandao. And that basically is saying there's nothing wrong with me. Okay? Another way of saying that is namiyoyan. Namiyoyan. When you say namiyoyan, you're literally saying, I'm good. Okay. Next, this is one you could say if maybe you had a rough weekend and you're feeling a little tired, you could say Daeshkushin. Daeshkushin means I'm tired. Another way that you can answer it is toujours pare. Toujours pare. And it means I'm the same as I always am. So if you're always grumpy, then I guess you're still grumpy. And the final way, common way that you could answer is you could say ne'ahkoshin. Ne'ahkoshin, which means you're sick. So hopefully none of you are sick. Hopefully you're all feeling good. But I'm going to ask a few people here and see how you're all doing. Check in on my students here. Steven, Tanchikia. As you're looking down.
Toujours Paris.
Oh, good. Let's see.
And how do remind me how I say how about you?
You could say Egwakia.
Egwakia?
Yeah, which is and you. Or you can also say Kiamaka.
Kiamaka.
Yep. Oh, toujours pare nishita. Me too.
Oh.
Let's see. Debbie, Tanchikia.
Sorry, just unmuting myself. Namia Yan.
Good. Does anybody ever call you a little Debbie?
Oh my. Mom would call me ma Patifi.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, does anybody ever call you Chidebi? Ch is another way you can say small in Michif or little. Yeah, Chidebi. Okay, let's see here. How about Teresa? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Tanchikia.
Namiayan.
Good.
Kiamaga.
Dayashkushin, apshish dayashkushin. Makasikiam. I'm a little tired, but it's okay. Let's go to T. Pelche. I'm going to assume that's Tyra Pelche. Tanchikia.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Yep.
My Wi-Fi is not great.
Oh, so maybe your response is "En povri inia." I'm poor.
Yeah. I guess so.
Well, that's a legit answer. Let's try Raquel. Raquel, Tanchikia. Are you there, Raquel? Are you there, caller? Maybe not. Okay, let's move on to what's your name. So how you ask somebody's name in Michif is Kekwai Shinika Shoyen. Kekwai Shinika Shoyen. So Kekwai is the word what in Michif, and Shinika Shoyen is what are you called? Okay, so remember that there's a hidden H in there that you've got to push out. Shinika Shoyen. And then the answer would be whatever your name is. It's probably not Russ, so you can insert your name there. And I would say Russ Dishinika Shun. Russ Dishinika Shun. Let's try Andrea D. Obviously, I know your name, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Kekwai Shinika Shoyen.
Andrea Dishinakashon.
Perfect. Let's try, our friend Nicole, all the way in the big smoke of Toronto. Nicole, kekwai Shinika Shoyen.
Nicole Dishinakashon.
Oh, good pushing the H there. Let's try Aaliyah, my friend Aaliyah. Kekwai Shinika Shoyen.
Aaliyah Dishinakashan.
Oh, Nikishjite Mon, I'm proud. Aaliyah is a student of mine, so I see she remembers some stuff. Let's ask Shanna Graham. Kekwai Shinika Shoyen.
Shanna Dishinakashun.
Oh, very nice.
Do you
Let's
say Egwa Kia? Egwa Kia?
Yeah, you can say Egwa Kia or Kia Maka. Both are okay. So yeah, and if you're asking me, Ras Dishinakashun. Let's try the next one. Where are you from? So the word where in Michif is Tande, and where you're from is Oshchien. So Tande Oshchien.
Tande Oshchien.
Tande Oshchien. And so you would say where you're from. I'm from the valley, so I'd say La Vallée d'Oshchien.
La Vallée, La Vallée, La Vallée, La Vallée d'Oshchien.
Yep. So remember we talked about usually when Michif people are asking you this question, they're asking you like, where are your people from? So, a lot of people say I'm from Regina. Nobody's really from Regina. I mean, I guess some people have been here all their lives, but most of us come from like a community somewhere. Like maybe it's a farming community, or maybe it's a traditional Métis community. But like, where do the bulk of your relatives come from? Is what that question is really asking you. Tande Oshchien. So let's ask Lila. Lila, Tande Oshchien.
Shakiawao, Rohanville, Doshchin.
Oh, very nice.
Merci.
Namoke mama.
Nimama Ostio Mustra.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to tease you there and say, oh, you're not from your mom?
Oh. Mittene Dayashkoshin.
Okay.
So that's why I missed it. My brain got
Sikiam.
short. Yeah.
Sikiam, yeah. Yeah, I like to, when my old people ask me that question, sometimes I like to tease them and say, oh, na mama doshtin, from my mom. Let's see, let's ask Madeline, Tande Oshtian.
L'Ontario Equa Musja Doshi.
Oh, good, right on. Let's see here. How about Zoom user? I should have asked you a question, Akashoye. But I'm going to ask you, Tande Oshtian Zoom user. Patle Nam? No name, this guy. And I don't see them answering, so I'm going to go to somebody else here. Let's see. Lori, Tande Oshtian.
La City Blanche d'Ocean.
Good. Let's see. Bishop, Tande Oshtian.
La Vallée Ketepwe Doshin.
Good. Okay, we'll move on to now, where do you actually live? No, I'm not stalking you. It's a legitimate question that people will ask you. Where do you live? Tande Wikien. Tande Wikien. So I would say, you could say Regina because I live in Regina, but I also like to call Regina Pile of Bones. And so that's what Opashtau Lizu is Pile of Bones. So I would say Opashtau Lizu Newiken. I also added Obain. Obain means or. You could say to somebody, Sepati's affair. It's none of your business where I live. So let's see. Leanne L. Tande Wikien.
Vancouver New Weekend. Vancouver
Ooh,
New Weekend.
Arakia, we are far away.
Yeah. The walk.
Okay. How about Jose? Tande Wikien.
Regina Weekend.
Good job. And how about Amanda? Tande Wikien.
Opushta Lizuni Weekend.
Oh, Nishta. Maybe we're ways ends. Maybe we're neighbors. Okay, and then the last one here, who are your relatives? Midshifts are nosy. They always want to know who you're related to and if you're related to them and if they should avoid dating you and all that good stuff. So how you say who are your relatives or who are you related to? There's a couple ways you can say it, but probably the easiest way is to say Wena ti paranti. Wena is it's the word who in Michif. Ti is your, plural. And paranti is like your people, your ancestors. Wenati paranti. So how you can answer that is newako mawak. That means I'm related to. And then you can list some of the families you're related to. So newako mawak, li Fayan, li Raset, li Kleins, li Ledoux, pili Kajanals. Those are all some of the people I'm related to anyway. So I know that's a tricky one, so I'll pronounce it for you again. Newako mawak. Newako mawak. Exactly how it's spelled there. And it's got the H that you've got to push out. Newako mawak. Samson, wenati paranti.
Tanche mon ami, Newako mawak. Les Lamontagne, les Saint-Ange, les Desjardins, les Boucher, les Perrault, et les Grant. Qui en manque?
Nishta newaka mawak li Desjardins.
Oh, cousin.
Puta kwe. Let's see here. Who haven't I picked on tonight? No, that Russ is me. Just kidding, I knew it. James, you got your hand up? Wenati paranti.
Which James?
Oh, the James who had, I think that was James who had his hand up here. Sorry, I've got to adjust my screen here a little bit. Terry, sorry, that was Terry. Wenati paranti, Terry.
Ne wakama wak le Nicolas le Dumont le Paranto le Dumont, c'est Dumont, le Sauvé, le Fayon. That's it, I guess.
Écossais. That's it. Écossais.
Écossais.
Oh, you're
Écossais.
matey. You're matey royalty.
Oh, Le Fleury. Le Fleury. Mon Dieu.
Okay, now you're really bragging now.
Yeah.
Got some big matey names in your family. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to see if somebody can, I'm going to pick on somebody here, and I'd like you to pick one of the questions to ask somebody else, because I'd like you to get some practice with the questions as well. Let's try Tafim. Tafim, can you pick one of the questions and then ask it, and then pick somebody to answer it?
Okay. Samson. Tande Oshchi.
Opuštał lizo doščin. Kiamaka.
India Doshchi.
Ah, merci.
Mercy.
Holy, you guys just had a whole conversation. Good job. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Tiberius, do you want to ask a question and then pick on somebody?
Sure. Okay. Denise Tremblay. Wanyati Paranti.
Tanche, my fille Danielle Awa, and she's the family historian, so I will let her answer that.
Okay. Bon Tanche Danielle discussion. Ni wakomawa, li Petiers, li Lapierres, li Delormes, li Nedons. Kiamaka.
Li Wakomawak, Li Fayant, Le Recettes, Li Klein, Li Desjardins, and recently Li Janile.
Ooh, good job, you guys. You guys are doing really well. Let's try Colin. Do you want to ask a question, Colin?
I can't. Sorry, my kid is acting completely nuts tonight. So.
Okay,
I wish.
let's try Tiffany. Do you want to ask a question, Tiffany?
Okay. Tunde Oshien, Amanda.
Where are you from, Amanda?
No, that's not your answer though. Regina.
Regina Duchenne.
Oh, okay, good job. Let's see. Raquel, do you want to ask a question? Oh, right. I don't think.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Ponce Kia Ilea.
Namanandao Kiamaka.
Pare.
Good job. Right on, you guys. Holy, having whole conversations already. I'm just gonna sign off because you don't even need me no more. Just kidding. Okay, I'm going to pull up the lesson from last class because we looked a little bit at weather last class, but we had to cut it off a little bit early. Probably because I talked too much, but let's take a look at some weather words here. So hopefully you can see what's on my screen. If you can't, let me know. Okay, so how you say weather in Michif is shiki shikak. So you can try to say that, shiki shikak. And these are all the different types of weather. So I'll say them and then I'll tell you what they are and then you can say the word after me. So the word mishpun is snowing. So it's mishpun. Mishpun. Hopefully we don't see that for a long time. Maka, it is Saskatchewan. So Yutin. Yutin is windy. Yutin. Fog is labram. Labram. Kind of raining or drizzling is another way to say it, is kimewashin. Kimewashin. A real ugly day where it's cloudy, excuse me, maybe it's raining a little bit, is mayakishakao. Mayakishakao. I think I've said this before, but a little tip with Michif is generally when you hear the word Maya in a word, it means something bad. And if you hear the word Mio, it means something good. So there's Maya Kishakao, but there's also Mio Kishakao, which is a nice day. If it's icy out, you can say La glace one. La glace one. If it's cloudy, Iquashquan. Iquashquan. And if it's a nice hot sunny day and you're sweating and you have to cool off by the beach, you'd say Kishashteo. It's hot. Kishashteo. Now, Machakishikao, it's similar to Mayakishikao, but it's like, it's even worse. It's usually involves snow, it's blizzarding. You can see this little guy is almost lost in the snow. So it's Machakishikao. Machakishikao. A real ugly, cold, windy, blizzardy kind of day. If it's just cold, you'd say Tahkayao. Tahkayao. Remember, it's got that H you've got to push out. So hopefully you've eaten lots of garlic tonight. Tahkayao. If the sun is shining, you can say Washeshquan. Oh, look, he's just proud of himself. Eee, look at me, I'm shining. Washeshquan. If it's raining hard, you can say Kimowan. Kimowan. I think, I never noticed this about this picture, but it's literally, I think, raining cats and dogs on that poor little duck. Okay, if it is ground drift on the road, that's a handy word for Saskatchewan. Shapash chippy one. So no, this is a tough one, so just take it syllable by syllable. Sha, pash, chi, pi, one. Shapash chippy one. And if it's thundering out, or if Thunderman is out, as my deceased godfather used to say, le tonnerre pakinakeo. Le tonnerre pakinakeo. I love this phrase because it shows how nicely Michif blends French with Cree, because of course the word le tonnerre is a French word meaning thunder, but pakinakeo is a Cree word which means like it's clapping hard. Le tonnerre pakinakeo. And here's the Mio Kishakao. So it's just a beautiful day. It's a nice day. Mio Kishakao. And of course, days can be multiple things, right? It could be Mio Kishakao pe Washeshquan pe Yutin. It could be windy, sunny, and a nice day. And if it's melting out, he's melting, you'd say Tehketeo. Tehketeo. So I've got some practice questions here on the bottom. And I'm gonna try these out with you, and then I'm gonna ask you to try some of them out with each other. So if you want to ask, how's the weather today? Maybe you're stuck inside and you can't get outside and you're talking to your friend on the phone. You want to know what the weather's like outside? You'd say, Tanche shaki shakak anosh. Anosh means today. Tanche shaki shakak anosh. How's the weather today? If you're asking somebody, maybe they're not in the same town that you're in, maybe they're somewhere warm and nice, and you want to know how they're doing where they are, you could say ekote, which means over there. Tanshe shiki shikaka no shakote. What's it like over there today? If you want to ask about the weather yesterday, you've really been stuck inside, you can say Tanshe ka shiki shikak yer. So ka puts it in the past tense, and the word yer is yesterday. Tanshe ka shiki shikak yer. How was the weather yesterday? And then maybe you want to know how the weather's going to be tomorrow because you got big plans. You want to know how you're supposed to dress tomorrow. You can phone up the weather station and say, Tanshe we shiki shikak dame. And then they'll hang up on you because they probably don't speak Michif. So that's Tanshe we shiki shikak dame. So we puts it in the future tense, and demain means tomorrow. Tanshe we shiki shikak demain. So if somebody asks you about the weather today, Tanshe shiki shikak anosh, you just say the weather word. So I'm going to use kishash-teo, even though it wasn't really kishash-teo today. You just say kishash-teo anosh. It was hot today, or it's warm today, either or. If you want to answer the second question about yesterday, Tanshe ka shiki shikak yer, again, you need to use the ka because it's past tense. So you'd say ka kimowan yer. It was raining yesterday. And then if you want to answer the question, how will the weather be tomorrow? You could say je connais pas because I'm not a mind reader, which je connais pas is I don't know. We're not there yet. But maybe you want to have a guess. You could say mashkut we mishpun demain. Mashkut we mishpun demain. So the word mashkut means maybe. So of course, nothing's for sure, especially in this province. We puts it in the future, and then mishpun, of course, it's snowing. So it might snow tomorrow. Mashkut we mishpun demain. Okay, I'm going to ask some people to try this out. So let's go. Leanne, Tanshe shiki shikak anosh.
See. Mio kishikao anosh.
Kitap one. You're right about that. Good job. Let's see. Stephen, Tanshe shiki shikak anosh.
Yutin Anush.
Kitap one. It was windy today. Let's see. Amanda and Thomas, Tanshe shiki shikak anosh.
Forgot the word. Okay. There you go. You want this one? Okay, say it.
Miki shikao. Anush.
Good job, buddy. Miyoki shikao anosh. It was a nice day. Let's see. Let's try yesterday. Lila, Tanshe ka shiki shikak yer. Ekote.
Le tonnerre pakinakeo. Agua, je pense, Kimoan.
Here too, we got a little bit of rain, but I can't remember if we got thunder last night. But you're in Saskatoon, I believe. So of course your weather's a little bit different. Ekote. Over there. You can say ekote or you can just use your lips. See. Let's try Terry. Tanshe ka shiki shikak yer.
Kakima one yer.
Kakima one yer. Apshishkima one. It did rain a little bit. Let's see. Let's try Tyra Pelche. Hopefully your internet is okay now. Tanshe ka shiki shikak yer.
Ka miyoki shikao yer.
Good job. Kimiototen. Qui se prend l'argent, ma fille? Do you need some money, my girl?
Always.
You need some money
Always.
for
It's
your
summer
internet?
now.
Oh, yes. And Metras the Kolawia, she's a teacher, so. And Puvri Equa, she's poor now. We'll take a collection later. How about? Okay, let's try tomorrow. See if some people want to guess about tomorrow. So Nicole, all the way in Toronto. Tanche we shiki shikak the man epote. What's it gonna be like over there tomorrow?
Mashkut we le tonor pakinak cow?
Pakinakeo.
Pakinakeo deme.
Oh, namihtaten. I'm sorry to hear that.
Kishao teo.
Ishashteo.
Like a lot.
Toujours écoute. It's hot there in the summer times.
Yep.
Egua shopape kishachteo, which means muggy. Shopape kishachteo. It's literally a wet heat. Let's see. How about Andrea D? Tanche we shiki shakak the man.
Mashkut we washeshkwan demain.
Okay, good job. You said that perfectly. Let's try Tiffany. Tanche we shiki shakak the man.
Mashkut we washa kaswan deme.
Good job. Somebody asked me, how do you say smoky? It's a bokani. Bokani. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking out the chat real quick. How do you say
the word again for muggy?
Oh, shopape kishachteo. I can put that in the chat as well.
Great,
Shanna asked, how do you say southern Saskatchewan? You just say le sud de Saskatchewan, the south. I'm calling Regina Le Muskeg now. Okay, then. I see some families enjoying the program. Just wanted to share some links. Oh, great. Thanks for doing that, Amy. I'm assuming you did that. Amy shared some Michif family language kits that the library has. That's awesome. Looks like Albert Branch has them, but you can place some holds on them. So check out the link that Amy shared with us. Yes, smoky is bokani. And muggy, I'll put in the chat as well, is shopape kishachteo. Kishachteo. I think I spelled that right. Shopape kishachteo. Yeah. It looks like a really long word. It technically is one word, but just break it down. Shopape kishachteo. Shopape kishachteo. It's literally a wet heat. Okay, so that is weather. We're going to go back to the original lesson I had up here. And we're going to learn a little bit about some body parts and some clothes. So when you're talking about body parts in Michif, the word for body parts is les morceaux de corps. So straight from French, morceau being pieces of your body, and of course corps being your actual body. So les morceaux de corps. So I'll just go through all the, I didn't put all the body parts on here. I just put, I guess the main ones. I don't know what's considered a main body part. I guess the ones you can see. So you can just repeat after me. I've put in my in here as well, just because generally in Michif, you want to have an article in front of your word, whether it's, you know, the or my or your. So I'm just using my. So you can see that there's different variations. If it's something that's plural, like your ankles, it'll start with a me. If it's singular, like your bum, hopefully you only have one bum. You got problems if you got more than one bum. You'd say mon. Remember that there is masculine and feminine in Michif. So some are going to be mon, and the N is in parentheses because it's a nasally N. You say it, but you don't say it. Mon. And then occasionally there's a feminine word like heart, which is ma. But we'll go through each of them, and I'll just get you to repeat after me. So I'm just going to, here we go. Want to adjust what I can see on my screen because I see a lot of people with their cameras off, so I don't know if you're saying the words or not. Okay, so ankles, mi bole. Mi bole. Your bum is mon derrière. Mon derrière. It's literally your behind. Your cheeks are mi joue. Mi joue. Remember when you see ZH in Michif, it's a j sound. Your ears are mizare. Mizare. Your eyes, oh, what nice eyes you all have. Mizare. Sorry, mes yeux. I was looking at ears. Mes yeux. Your fingers are mi doigt. Mi doigt. Hands, mi main. Mi main. So again, it's got that nasally end there. Your heart, ma cœur. Ma cœur. Ma cœur si noir. No, just kidding. My heart's not black. Eyelashes are mi fouette. Mi fouette. Your knee is mon genou. Mon genou. Your mouth is ma bouche. Ma bouche. Sometimes it's also your tongue, but mostly it's your bush. But occasionally somebody will say, well, my old people often say to me, "Kepahakatun," which means shut your mouth. So, so it's bush, but sometimes it's tongue. Shoulders are mizipul. Mizipul. Your thigh is ma fesse. Ma fesse. Your face, ma visage. Ma visage. Your forehead is ma front. Ma front. Neck, mon cou. Mon cou. Skin, ma peau. Ma peau. Thumb, mon pouce. Mon pouce. We have a character in Michif named Chijan Chapus. It's kind of like a little Tom Thumb, but he's worse. He likes to play tricks on people. He's a little guy that's the size of your thumb, and he likes to steal your sugar and hide your shoes on you. Arms are mi bras. Mi bras. Belly button, oh, very important. Matashi. Matashi. Chin, mamatun. Mamatun. Eyebrows, misosis. Misosis. Your feet are mi pi. Mi pi. I see you laughing, Thomas. And you're right, it's hilarious. Hair. Now, hair, because it's made up of multiple strands, it's actually plural in Michif. I'm not sure if that's the same in French or not, but so hair is mes cheveux. Mes cheveux. Your head is ma tête. Ma tête. Your heels are mi talons. Mi talons. Your hip is ma hanche. Ma hanche. Your lips are mi babine. Mi babine. When I was growing up, if you were feeling sorry for yourself, the old people would say, "Oh, you're making babines." Your nose is mon nez. Mon nez. That's a tricky one because sometimes people think, oh, knee, it must be your knee. No, it's far away from your knee. But can you touch your genou to your knee? I don't know. Maybe try after class tonight. That's your homework. Your stomach is ma ventre. Ma ventre. It's got that weird R on the end, but you don't necessarily have to say it. It's okay to say ma ventre. Ma ventre. Your toes are mi-zarte. Mi-zarte. Fingernails are mi-zung. Mi-zung. Legs are mi-jam. Mi-jam. Nostrils, mi-narin. Mi-narin. You like that one, Thomas? Your teeth are mi-dent. Mi-dent. And your tongue is ma langue. Ma langue. Also means your language. Okay, so I'm going to go through it one more time. I won't say the English this time. I'm only going to say the Michif, and feel free to repeat after me if you'd like to. Mi bolé, mon derrière, mi joue, mes oreilles, mes yeux, mes doigts, mes mains, ma queue, mes fouettes, mon genou, ma bouche, mes épaules, ma fesse, ma visage, ma front, mon cou, ma peau, mon pouce, mes bras. I'm not going to show you my belly button, but it's matashi. Matashi, ma maton, mi saucisse, mi pied, mes cheveux, ma tête, mes talons, ma hanche, mes babines, mon nez, ma ventre, mes orteils, mes ongles, mes jambes, mes narines, mes dents, égua ma langue. Okay, so I got some practice sentences down here, just so I want to see if people sort of remember some of these words. So I'm going to ask you the question, tande, ton, and then the body part. So where is your? And then you're going to point to that body part and you're going to say oma, ma. So if it's mouth, if I say, where's your mouth? Tande, ton, bouche. You'll point and you'll say, ah, oma, ma, bouche. Okay. Now you would think that it would be, that body parts would be alive and that you would use awa, which is the demonstrative for animate objects, but body parts aren't actually alive. I don't know why, you guys. I didn't write the rule book. But body parts, you use the inanimate demonstratives. So oma, anima, ohen, and equanahen. Okay. So oma is this. And if you're saying these, you say ohen. Ohen. So you could say ohen mi zoing. These are my fingernails. So it's either oma or ohen. Okay. So let's try this out. Okay. Madeline, tande to po. Tande to po. It's a very odd question.
Oma mapo.
Yeah, yeah. There's your skin. Okay. Let's see. Tyra, tande to franc. Tande to franc.
Oma ma brown.
Kimi oto ten. James, it looks like you're driving, so maybe I won't ask you. I won't ask you to show me your toes. Oh, your puss. Okay, tande to puss. Omata boss. I won't ask you to play around with stuff because I don't want you to crash. Let's see. Lila, tande ti zipol.
Oh. My Miss Harvell. Oh my goodness.
Zipol.
Ota.
Tande.
Ota.
Okay. Yes, you better take some medicine for your brain. Sopran la michin por tu sarve.
Oh, I can't think of the plural instead of, because there are two of them.
Yeah, mizipol.
Mizipul, but
Yeah.
not
Oh,
Oma.
ohen.
Ohe. Yeah, I was gonna say Aquanahe, but Ohe
Yeah.
Mazipul.
Oh, good job.
Teacher Marcy. Nimitaten.
Let's see. José, tendez tes genoux. Tendez tes genoux.
Oma mon genou.
Give me auto ten. Samson, tendez tes talons.
Tes talons. Ohe mi talon.
Iguali pinwer.
No.
Let's see. Steven, tendez tes fouettes.
Ohin mi fouette.
Good job. Let's see. Thomas, tendez tes hanches.
That. Remember hanche? C'est le même qu'en français.
What is it?
Okay, but now you have to say it too.
Oma
No, because you have two of them.
my punch.
Oh, give me auto ten. Good job, buddy. Okay, let's try. Jose, tendez tes doigts. Oh, I already did you, but you can do that one. Tendez tes doigts.
Ohe mi doigt.
Lori, tendez tes têtes.
Oma ma tête.
Good job. Tafim, tendez tes maton. Good job. Good job. Andrea D, tendez tes oreilles.
Uhe mizare.
Good job. Okay. Okay, so really quickly here, running out of time. God, this goes so fast. Oh, I just want to check the chat real quick. What about bum cheeks? This is a family show, Samson. Jose, so just because some words are feminine in French does not mean they are in Michif. Yes, that's correct. Again, I don't know why. I just don't know why. I think part of it is that Michif people never studied French grammar. And so I think as the language sort of developed, there were just some differences that emerged in between which words were masculine and which words were feminine. So that's a really good point, Jose, that sometimes knowing French vocabulary and grammar is super helpful when you're learning Michif, and sometimes it isn't. It's the same with Cree. Sometimes it's super helpful to know Cree verbs, And generally, a Cree person will understand a lot of Michif verbs, but we also in Michif tend to shorten up Cree verbs. So knowing those parent languages can be helpful, but you do also have to be careful. And it's a reminder that Michif is its own language, right? That it's been around for hundreds of years and it's sort of developed all of its own little quirks at this point. James said, even when describing your body part doing something. What's your body part doing, James?
You know, it's reaching or whatever. But yeah, I meant specifically with the demonstrative.
Oh, yes, yes. So it's always an inanimate demonstrative that you would use for body parts. Yeah. Okay, I think those are all the questions. So clothes in Michif. Again, clothes are nouns, right? So you know that most of them are going to come from French-derived words, just pronounced maybe a little bit differently and definitely spelled differently. So the word for clothes in Michif is libétain. And then I've just put, you know, my and your pronouns in here just so you can see that, you know, again, some words are feminine, some words are masculine. And then if you're pluralizing, you use me, which is my plural, and T, which is your plural. So a hat in Michif is en chapeau. En chapeau. A cap, though, like a ball cap, is en bonnet. En bonnet. A toque is en chouk. Chouk. Gloves are gants. Les gants. Mitts are mitaines. Mitaine, that's an easy one. A shirt is chemise. Chemise. So that's a really good example there. You can see how, you know, the French word chemise kind of got, I say, Michified. It got Michified into chemise. We don't have time to waste in Michif. We got to take letters out here. We got buffalo to hunt and such. The word pants is kilot. Kilot. Hopefully you're not walking around pat kilot, which means you don't have pants on. But if you are, that's your business. A coat is capot. Capot. Shoes are souliers. Souliers. Socks are ba. No, you don't really have to say it like that. It's just ba. Ba. Moccasins are soyez mou. Soyez mou. Your underclothes are bétaine dessous. Bétaine dessous. So hopefully if you're pat kilot, you're at least wearing bétaine dessous. And your underpants would be consoon. Consoon. So underclothes would be like a, you know, like an undershirt or I guess like a slip, I guess. Do women still wear slips? I don't know. And then underpants are like your actual underwear, consoon. Okay. So some sample sentences I put down here. Okay, I know this is gonna sound a little creepy and it's not meant to. If you say, "Ke koi kishkaman," what are you wearing? So how you would answer that, and here you can see how a verb is conjugated, right? So the verb kishka is to wear something, and if you're asking somebody across from you, you'd say "Ke koi kishkaman," and you would answer by conjugating kishka to kishken, ne kishken. That means I wear or I am wearing. So "Ke koi kishkaman." Oh, ne kishken mi kilot ver. I'm wearing my green pants. As if I don't even have green pants, you guys. But I thought with these two questions, we could work in a little bit of practice from colors because we practiced colors. I think that was last class or maybe the class before. So I'm going to ask a couple of you to tell me what you're wearing. Let's see. Let's go. How about MLRC? Hashtag Wea. Kikwai Kishkaman.
Ne kishken pas de culotte.
No.
It's Zoom.
Mana, be careful. Let's see. Denise Tremblay. Kikwai Kishkaman.
Ni kishken, ni chemise bleu.
Oh, good job. Stephen, Kikwai Kishkaman.
Kikwai mi chemise gris.
Mm-hmm. Samson, Kikwai Kishkaman.
Ne kishken mi casson noir. Egua mi chemise noire.
Okay. Jose, Kikwai Kishkaman.
Ni kishken, mi culotte bleu.
Good job. One thing that isn't on here that I'm looking at some of you, and I don't know if anybody's wearing a dress, but if you wanted to say you're wearing a dress, you could say en robe. En robe. Amanda, Thomas, and Leah. Kikwai Kishkaman.
Oh, you have, okay, say ni kishken. Ni kishken, ni chemise bleu.
Good job.
What is and?
An or and?
And.
Oh, pi. Pi.
Ni kishken.
Ni kishken tansun gris. What is it again?
P. P. P.
Pi. Yep.
P vert.
Oh, good job. You win because you said multiple clothes. So good job, Thomas. Yeah, so I think I can't remember if we talked about and before, but it probably is a handy word to know. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a second. There's two ways to say and in Michif. You can either say pe, which I would spell P-I, or you can say ekwa, which is E-K-W-A. So either or are acceptable. Okay. Oh, Tomenushke Kwaishinakashio, Laila. What's your cat's name?
Yes, Shinakasho Rory.
Ah, Tanche Rory.
No, just kidding. This one's Ralph.
Holy, you really are sick or something, eh?
Yes. No, Dayash Kishin. The other one's Nate. That one's Rory.
She's so tired, she doesn't know which are her cats she's holding. Get some rest, Lila. Okay, I'm just going to check the chat real quick because I see there's a bunch of questions here. So, oh, good. Some of you are answering these for me. Nicole asked, how do you say sash? And yep, Samson is dead on there, Saint Chou Flashe. Does soulier mou mean soft shoes? If you translate it directly from French, it does, but soulier mou in Michif always means moccasins, which I guess are a form of soft shoes. Denise said, what does egua mean? Egua means and. Stephen said, would we modify colors depending on the gender of the noun? Gray masculine versus gray feminine. You can, but you don't have to is the simplest answer, Stephen. A Michif would do both ways. How would I say I am wearing a head covering? Oh, that's a good question, Tafim. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to get back to you next week with that, Tafim, okay? Denise says Marcy. James says polka dot. I'm assuming you're asking how to say polka dot. So this is real tricky, okay? How you say polka dot in Michif is polka dot. Could you also use mina for end? Yes, you can, absolutely. You can also, mina is a really handy word because it can mean lots of things. Mina also often means again. And then is ekwa from Cree and pe from French? Yes, it is, Denise. So if you are connecting to French words, you will most often use pe. And if you're connecting to Cree verbs, you'll usually use egua. But if you use pe for Cree words and egwa for French words, it's no big deal. Michifs often interchange both. That's again one of the beautiful things about Michif is it's a very flexible language. It's a very forgiving language, but it's also a language that regularly requires you to choose either French or Cree words or grammar. And it's just a skill that you develop as you continue to learn more vocabulary and more grammar, and it just comes with practice. But I think that's one of the things that makes Michif beautiful, is that it is such a versatile, flexible language. So I think that is all the questions. So it's 8:02. I've already kept you 2 minutes longer than I should. If you got some questions, feel free to stick around. I'll be sticking around for a little while. And if not, then I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next week. Kawapa mitnawao.